Yeah, hello kids. How are you? I hope you all are well. Students, today we will learn chapter number 9, that is symmetry. Now class, in this chapter we are going to study about line of symmetry. Now class, let's start the chapter. Rakhi and Priya participated in a Rangoli competition. Rakhi and Priya. उन्होंने participate किया है class रंगोली competition in their school. They made the following designs. Class उन्होंने following designs बनाया है. This is now color the rangoli with beautiful colors to make it attractive. You have to color it in. Okay. Now class come on symmetry. A figure is to be symmetrical when there exists a line which divides it into two parts such that if the figure is folded along that line, the two parts exactly overlap each other. Means class जो figure हम symmetrical तभी होगी अगर हम उसको इसको डिवाइड करूं उसको ओवरलैप करूं तो वो एक दूसरे के बिल्कुल इक्वल हो एग्जैक्टली पार्ट्स हो नाउ द वर्ड सिमेट्री कम्स फ्रॉम ग्रीक वेयर सिमेट्रोस मींस हैविंग अ कोमा having a common measurement. The simplest type of symmetry is reflection. Look at the pictures shown along the observe the line dividing them into two equal parts. Class you can see here. ये two equal parts में इसको divide कर दिए. क्या है lines of symmetry? Now in each of the above picture, if these are folded along the line, one half of the picture would exactly overlap the other. The line that divides the figure into two identical halves, it's called the line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. Example number 1. List any four symmetrical objects from your surrounding: LCD TV, window, duster, book, box, etc. Now, horizontal and vertical symmetry. If a horizontal line is drawn across the middle of an object, thus the top portion is mirror image of the bottom, then that object is said to have horizontal symmetry. You can see here example B. Now, if a vertical line is vertically drawn, the middle of an object such that the two halves are mirror image of each other, then the object is said to have vertical symmetry. Example A. Some example of symmetrical objects class vertical, vertical, horizontal, vertical, vertical, horizontal, horizontal. Now, in above figure A, B, D and E have vertical lines of symmetry. Figure C and F have horizontal lines of symmetry. Figure G has both vertical and horizontal lines of symmetry. Figure H has no line of symmetry. Class इसमें कोई line ही नहीं है symmetry. Okay. Now lines of symmetry in geometrical figures. The lines of symmetry of some geometrical figures are as follows. Lines एक लाइन पे आप कितने भी कर सकते हैं infinity. Perpendicular lines symmetrical to itself. Line segment class 2. Line segment itself and perpendicular bisector. Angle 1 internal bisector of angle. Now isosceles triangle median through vertical angle. 1. Now kite 1 diagonal BD और longer diagonal. Rectangular में 2 हो सकते हैं क्लास like this. Now rhombus में 2, isolation trapezoid में 1, square 4, equilateral triangle 3, 1, 2 and 3. सर्कल में infinity हम कितनी ही लाइन ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं क्लास infinity in circle. Semicircle 1, regular pentagon 5, regular hexagon 6. Now similarly regular heptagon has 7 lines of symmetry, a regular octagon has 8 lines of symmetry and so on. Thus we conclude that a regular polygon with n sides has n lines of symmetry. Example number 2. How many if any lines of symmetry are in each of the following figures? Show them if possible. Thus number of lines 6, 3, 2. Now no lines of symmetry. Number of lines 4. यहाँ से किया हमने 1, 2, 3 and understand? Now class symmetrical patterns by punching holes. Take a sheet of paper and fold it into two halves. Use a punching machine, punch a hole as shown in figure 1 and figure 2. Unfold the paper. You will observe that the fold acts as a line of symmetry and find that the holes also symmetrically arranged on the halves. Understand? Come on, example number 3. Draw the lines of symmetry in the given figures with punched hole. Thus, of course, ऐसे and आप उसको ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं लाइक दिस. Okay, example number 4. The lines of symmetry are given in the following punched figures. Make the holes on either sides of lines of symmetry. There is now. Similarly, class जहां ये होंगे वैसे ही होंगे. Means वो उसकी क्या है, मिरर इमेज है. Come on, exercise 9.1. Question number 1. Draw any two objects that are symmetrical with their lines of symmetry. class आप एक सर्कल भी कर सकते हैं, रेक्टेंगल भी कर सकते हैं. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. The two lines L and M are drawn on the joining figure. Which of these lines is the lines of symmetry for this figure? Line L class. Now come on question number 3. Which of the following figure is not symmetrical? Class scale and triangle नहीं होती. क्या नहीं होती? वो सिमेट्रिकल नहीं होती क्योंकि उसकी एक फिगर ऐसे होती है, आप उसको नहीं कर सकते. Come on question number 4. Draw the following triangles. A triangle with no axis of symmetry. क्लास आप यहाँ पे स्केल एंड ट्रायंगल ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट्स yourself. Come on question number 5. Draw the line of symmetry with the following figures. सर्कल में आप क्लास इन्फिनिटी लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री कर सकते हैं. इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल, तीनों साइड्स क्या होती हैं उसकी, इक्वल होती हैं. लाइक दिस. ओके, रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट डू योरसेल्फ. Question number 6. Draw the following figures and draw their lines of symmetry also. Plus square, you can draw like this. Line. Rest of the parts, do yourself. Come on, question number 7. List the alphabetical. List the English alphabetical letters that have no line of symmetry. Class N, J, and P. Okay, and so on. Question number 8. Sketch the following figures quadrilateral with both horizontal and vertical lines of symmetry. That is square class. Square के पास class vertical भी होती है and then horizontal. Understand? Of the part, do yourself. Come on question number 9. Complete the following table. Class write name of figure, number of lines of symmetry. Write isosceles triangle. Class one line of symmetry होगी यहाँ पर, you can draw like this. Now scale and triangle में नहीं होती. Isosceles triangle you can draw like this. 1 और 2 भी हो सकते हैं class, like this. Rest of the parts, do yourself. Come on question number 10. Complete the following assuming the dotted line as two lines of symmetry. class आप उसको ऐसे ही ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं जैसे यहाँ पर ड्रॉन हुआ है. आप उसको सेम लाइक दिस यू कैन ड्रॉ in your notebook. Understand? Like this. Rest of the parts yourself. Come on question number 11. Draw the mirror image of the following figure if the dotted lines is lines of symmetry. बस इसको आपको complete करना है. Here is one eye, you can draw like this, and there is nose and complete like this. Yes, and this. Okay class, rest of the parts yourself. Come on question number 12. Draw the mirror image of the following figures. class ये जो A letter है इसकी mirror image A ही होती है. B this, X also, X. Rest of the parts do yourself. Come on question number 13. Write all the alphabetical letters that hit section symmetrical vertically. class vertically में class M भी होता है and A, X, L, I ये सब vertical होते हैं class. Okay, now find the lines of symmetry for the column below. Just find the symmetry. इसमें कोई line of symmetry नहीं है class. Okay. Come on question number 15. Draw the holes to form a symmetrical design along the lines of symmetry. Class ये क्या है? Mirror image है. So यहाँ पर है, so यहाँ पर ही होगा. Now like this. Okay. Rest of the part do yourself. Come on question number 16. Identify and draw lines of symmetry for the following figures with punched hole. Class punched hole. Okay class. Rest of the part do yourself. Come on rotational symmetry. The paper windmill in the picture looks symmetrical but there is no lines of symmetry. Plus, however you fold it, the two halves will not exactly overlap. On the other hand, if you rotate it by 90 degrees about the red point at the center, the windmill looks exactly the same. We say that the windmill has rotational symmetry. क्या है इसके पास क्लास? रोटेशनल सिमेट्री है. लाइन्स ऑफ सिमेट्री नहीं है. When talking of rotational symmetry, there is always a fixed point about which the object is rotated. This fixed point is called the center of rotation. क्या कहते हैं हम इस fixed point को? Center of rotation कहते हैं. Will the windmill above look exactly the same when rotated through an angle of less than 90 degree? No. An angle that will the windmill above look exactly the same when rotate through the angle of less than 90 degree? वो नहीं होगा exactly same. Okay, no. An angle through which a figure can be rotated to look exactly the same is called an angle of rotational symmetry. Angle through which a figure can be rotated look exactly और वो same दिख रही है, so हम क्या कहते हैं उसको? Angle of rotational symmetry or just an angle of symmetry for short. For the windmill, the angles of symmetry are 90 degree quarter turn, 180 degree half turn, 270 degree three-quarter turn, 360 degree full turn. Observe that when your figure is rotated by 360 degree, it comes back to its original position. So 360 degree is always an angle of symmetry. Thus, we see that the windmill has four angles of symmetry. Do you know of any other shape that has exactly four angles of symmetry? How many angles of symmetry does a square have? How much rotation does it require to get the initial square? We get back a square overlapping with itself after 90 degree of rotation. It takes point A to position of point D, point B to position of point A, point C to position of point D, and point D to the position of point C. Do you know where to mark the center of rotation? Imaginary reflection line, initial position, line after rotation, square after rotation. Now, what are the other angles of symmetry? Look at these. Lines are line after rotation 180 degree. Initial point position, initial position plus C, 360 degree का होगा वो. Now, example number 5. Find the angle of symmetry of the following strips. Let us rotate the strips in a clockwise direction about center. तो क्लास क्या होगा? इसका जो ऊपर वाला पार्ट है वो नीचे आ जाएगा और नीचे वाला पार्ट ऊपर. A rotation of 180 degrees in the figure above does the overlap with the original figure? No. Original figure नहीं है. Why? Another rotation through 180 degree from its position gives the original shape. एक बार अगर हम उसको फिर से, अब हमने 180 डिग्री उसको टर्न किया था, अगर हम एक बार और 180 डिग्री करते तब हमारे पास ओरिजिनल शेप आती क्लास. Now this figure comes back to its original shape only after one complete rotation through 360 degrees. So we say that this figure doesn't have rotational symmetry. Come on, rotational symmetry of figure with radial arms. Consider the figure a picture with four radial arms. How many angles of symmetry does it have? What are they? Note that the angle between adjacent center dotted lines is 90 degree. Can class lines can 90 degree. Can you change the angles between the radial arms so that the figure still has four angles of symmetry? Try drawing it. To check if the figure drawn indeed has four angles of symmetry, you could draw the figure on two different pieces of paper. Cut out the radial arms from one of the paper, keep the figure on the paper fixed and rotate the cutout to check for rotational symmetry. How will you modify the figure above so that it has only two angles of symmetry? Question number 6. Discuss the rotational symmetry of the following figures about point O and find the order of rotation. That's point O. हमने उसका rotation to 90 degree. See, like this. The given figure fits onto itself when we give it a half turn. It is rotated twice 90 degree, that is through 180 degree. ओरिजिनल फिगर है क्लास ये, हमने 90 डिग्री उसको टर्न किया, देन 180 डिग्री, 270 डिग्री रोटेशन हुआ, 360 डिग्री. The given figure has a rotational symmetry of order 2 as it fits only itself in two cases when rotate to 180 degree and 360 degree. Okay. Okay class, come on, example number 7. Show that each of the letter H, I, N, S, X, Z has a rotational symmetry of order 2. Original position, rotation through 180 degree, rotation through 360 degree. Now original 180, 360. Now class, N, S and X. Rotation 180 degree, 360 degree. You can see here. We observe that each of the letters H, I, N, S, X, Z when rotate through 180 degree and 360 degree fits exactly onto itself each time. Hence, each of these letters has a rotational symmetry of order 2. Now come on, rotational symmetry in geometrical shapes. We can find the rotational symmetry of different polygons like triangles, quadrilaterals, etc. as shown. Scalene triangle, order of rotation 1, angle of rotation 360. Shape again class. ट्रेपेज में 1 होता है 360 एंड आइसोलेसिस ट्रायंगल 1 360, काइट 1 360. इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल में हम 3 होते हैं. क्या होता है क्लास हमारा ऑर्डर ऑफ रोटेशन 3 120 डिग्री होता है हमारा. रेगुलर पेंटागन 572 डिग्री. नाउ रेक्टेंगुलर 2 180 डिग्री. रेगुलर हेक्सागन 660 डिग्री. रोम्बस 180 डिग्री 45 डिग्री. क्लास अकॉर्डिंग टू द शेप यहाँ पर चेंज हो रहा है ऑर्डर ऑफ rotation and angle of rotation. Understand? Come on, figure with the line of symmetry and rotational symmetry. There are certain shapes that have line symmetry as well as rotational symmetry given as square, 4 lines of symmetry, 4. Order of rotational symmetry, rectangle 2, 2 lines of symmetry. Now equilateral 2, 3 lines of symmetry. Circle, infinite lines of symmetry, every angle. Oval, 2 lines of symmetry, 2. Come on, exercise 9.2. Which of the following figures have rotational symmetry? Also give the order of their rotational symmetry. Class, you can see here. This is rotational symmetry. Which of the following figures have rotational symmetry? Now class, here it is. And also give the order of their rotational symmetry. Class, order of rotational symmetry is here is 2 and here is 4 class. Rest of the parts, do yourself. Come on, question number 2. Which of the following figures have rational symmetry of order more than 1? That is more than 1 in these figures. Now class, come on, question number 3. Complete the following table. Square, angle of rotation 180 degree and 4. Rectangle, angle of rotation 90 degree. There is 2. Rest of the parts, do yourself. Come on, question number 4. Color the sector of the circle below so that the figure has. क्लास हम उसको कलर कर सकते हैं. यू कैन लाइक दिस 3 angles of symmetry. Now you have to do 4 angles of symmetry. Now question number 5. Which of the following shapes have both lines of symmetry and rotational symmetry? Both lines class you can draw like this. Both lines of symmetry. Understand? Question number 6. The letter and has rotational symmetry because it looks the same if it is rotated 180 degree. If the letter N is rotated in this way, to which point does class angle A तो हम करेंगे angle C के according and angle B करेंगे angle D के according. Understand class? Now yes class, I hope this chapter is clear to you. Now your chapter is completed. Prepare very well and we will meet you in next